Rangers' season had to start tonight after two very disappointing draws in the league and a less than impressive showing against Alloa. The key is to play forward quicker, which I don't think will happen. Megcoma makes his debut. Jeff Day is believed to be on his way back to Brazil. Aaron's over Tavernier, and Rangers defensively given up far too many chances in games so far, and that needs to stop. That would not stop tonight. Bruges took the lead. I mean, what the hell happened there? Disaster of a start. Danilo had a shot blocked. The ball ends up over the top of the Rangers defence. Giga's just left it. Butland was in no man's land. It's a beautiful finish by Vermaat, I have to say. He's put it over the top of Butland, and it was a brilliant finish. Megholm did well defensively to stop the cross, but Bruges would score from that corner, which would make it 2-0 after 7 minutes. And it was going to be even worse than we could have thought. Spielers makes it an uphill task now. Bruges were pushing for a third. This is really bad. Zolis completely breezes away from Gassama. This could get really ugly. Superb third goal from Bruges. 20 minutes gone. It was some finish by Mikele. No chance for Butland. This Rangers team is so passive. No pressure on the ball. No press. So easy to play against. This was looking like it would be whatever Bruges would want it to be. If Vermont doesn't flash his lines, that's 4 before 25 minutes. Gassama played the ball cross goal, but no blue shirt could connect. Gassama fires wide. Rangers have played a bit better since it went 3-0. Bit late, definitely not better than ever. Make no mistake about it, this is embarrassing and unacceptable. Brilliant save by Butland to deny Forbes. The Bruges players were queuing up to score. Danilo was almost in, but seems like he took a bad touch. Aarons almost gives Solis number 4. Fortunately, the angle wasn't in his favour. Gassama is the only one in the blue shirts trying to make things happen. Rangers Champions League hopes lied in tatters. Now, before I get into the second half, Rangers have had 5 managers since Steven Gerrard left. Giovanni Van Bronckhorst had 2 heavy defeats against Celtic in different seasons. Made his dream by taking us to a European final with some unforgettable nights. Didn't get the players that he wanted. Instead, he got poor alternatives. Domestically, his football wasn't great. A bit like what we've seen with Martin in the league. Very predictable and slow. Champions League campaign was a disaster, but he won the Scottish Cup. Michael Beale, who was an absolute disaster, but did well initially when he came in until the end of the season. Then made his own signs and spent a fortune, which made it difficult for when Philippe Clement would come in. Who brought Rangers back into a title race, won the League Cup, did very well in Europe. Injuries ultimately cost Rangers a league title. Yes, the results against Motherwell, Ross County and Dundee was unacceptable, but that team was running in fumes. Then the second season, the team was downgraded. It was acknowledged it would be very difficult to win the league that season. The fans didn't accept that reality as the money had dried up. Yes, the result against Queen's Park was unacceptable. For me, that was 100% on the players. They were unprofessional. It shouldn't really matter what manager's in charge. If you're Rangers Football Club, you should be able, especially at Ibrox, you should be beating Queen's Park. No disrespect to Queen's Park. Then Rangers kept getting bad results. He had figured out how to beat Celtic. Ferguson came in, and again, he did well against Celtic. It wasn't a great spell as interim manager. Did do well in Europe as well. But he wasn't going to be the man to take Rangers forward for sure. And now to a point, Russell Martin looks the worst of the lot. Somehow made a defensively weak side even defensively weaker. Rangers play too slow, easy to play against. I have no faith that we'll beat St Mirren on Saturday. He spent a lot of money. We've drawn both league games and made a meal of beating Alloa. This season genuinely could be over by the end of August. He must go tonight. Is this what Rangers have become? How does the worst manager possibly in Southampton's history, who had them well adrift and relegated, get the Rangers job? In the second half, and Rangers were better in the second half, but it doesn't cover up the cracks. No changes at half-time. Mind you, how do you make 9 changes? Antman has been invisible since his debut. I think his debut was against Panathinaikos, if I'm correct. Danilo pulls one back for Rangers in 50 minutes. Brilliant driven ball by Meg Homa, who had a pretty okay debut compared to the other players that played. And Danilo slid in. Danilo could have scored again, but it didn't fall for him. It could have been 4 if not for Suter. Bruges easily get in behind. Rangers had played better in the second half thus far. Butland rescues Rangers from the corners. Mikele has an effort towards goal. Rangers don't seem to have an outball from these Bruges corners, so you can't release the pressure. Igaman Asgard to come on. Brilliant effort by Gassama as he flashes one just past the post. Giga had an opportunity from a corner but couldn't connect. Again, could have been 4. Comfortable for Butland though. Moore is a speculative effort, mind you, more than Atman did tonight. Really good ball by Tavernier, but nobody was able to get on the end of it. Gassama had looked like he'd somehow squeezed in the second goal. He got into the box, slides in the goal. The goal was disallowed. Now, initially, he's gone past a few defenders, got into the box. Mignolet's made the initial save, and then the ball's broke. And there's a debate of whether Mignolet was in control of the ball when Gassama's slid in. To be honest, it looks like it's 50-50. It looks like he's sliding in for the ball at the same time where Mignolet's going to get his hands on the ball. So it seems a very harsh one to me, but I mean, if that's the rules, that's the rules. I did feel that Gassama should have laid the ball off to Asgard, who'd had a tap in. Eagleman then drove into the box, similar to Gassama, and he forced a save off of Mignolet. And Diakon almost ended the tie, but his shot was straight at Butland. Now, I said at half time that I think he should go. Still feel that way. I don't think it's going to be any better unless Rangers start playing forward quicker, unless they start being more aggressive. They've got a real uphill task to overturn this tie. Do I think they will? No, do not. You can call me negative or whatever. I don't care. It's my opinion. Show me a reason why you think the Rangers can turn that tie around. That was at Ibrox tonight, and Rangers absolutely gave this game away. Yeah, it's been an absolute disaster so far. Will he go tonight? No, he won't. And even if we don't beat St Mirren on Saturday, we go out to Club Brugge and then we lose to Celtic at Ibrox, I still don't think he'll go. Should he? Yeah,